Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is gonna be game two between impunity.storm and No Remake. It's a sunny Sunday, wherever the hell you are, or it's a bright, nicely moonlit Sunday night, wherever the hell you are, if you're in our region. So it's good to see that it is a Sunday coverage, and impunity.storm gonna be up against No Remake game two. And joining you today is gonna be Babael, and that's me. With me is Lark, and I hope that his Skype is gonna be fine.
Yeah, I hope so as well. I have to constantly keep starting. It's starting to get on my nerves, but yeah. Nevertheless, the games are good. Hopefully, Impunity Storm can win this next one. They really need a win. Well, maybe not really need a win, but I'm sure they don't want to lose to No2e. Any team that plays in G League doesn't want to give up a game at all because it's just so important in reaching that playoffs. The top four spots in the G League table. This is the last cycle, mind you. So this is the final time that they have to, really give everything that they have, give it all they got, completely show everyone in the entire Southeast Asian region that they're the best, that we can be a serious contender for that huge cup. But just jumping right into this game, it's gonna be a good one.
Yes, and now we're looking at game two. No2e, no remake, doing a lot of work there. And game two, well on the way. The ban heroes are going to be the engineer, Tempest, Ophelia, and Seraph. It's nice to see they did not ban on Soul Stealer, making sure that they may actually want to ban it in the second banning phase. That'll be good to see that. Say, however, it's going to be a keeper pick first hand, and we have the Moon Queen being picked up by Imperial Storm. That would be one of Nox's favorite carry. The Dark Lady didn't really take flight in the previous game, however, this one should be pretty good. And I have more faith in his Moon Queen than his Dark Lady. That's it. It's interesting to see. Bamley, I wouldn't be very sure if he's going to be the MOA, but there is a MOA on Team Legion. And Bamley in the previous game was just fantastic. The snipe from Luna was really phenomenal. Did secure quite a number of kills, as well as the fact that Congo got sniped out. That was the first time I saw Congo getting sniped out at such a close range. It's not too big a deal, but he did position it nicely with the top lane creep, so that's what makes it awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of funny
Hey,
to
it's
see that.
hard.
Not really, meh. But it's really, really funny to see that happening. I don't know, man. Impunity Storm, I think they just underestimated their opponents a little bit too much. No 2E, and not much is known about this team. I mean, this is the first time that I'm actually casting this personally. So, this team personally. So it's really cool to see that they have a decent play style. Unfortunately, maybe there is a couple of misplays coming up from Heat, but I don't want to badger on that guy too much. But still hopefully can make better plays in this kind of sense. He does have the keeper force to work with. Even that could be the off lane, or maybe even in the jungle if they decide to do so. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Maybe even dual support could be coming out here. They have Magma, so that's probably gonna be addressing the middle lane, either that or the off lane. I just don't really like Keeper of the Forest in the jungle. It is viable, but I don't think it's the best option. Ophelia is, yeah, okay. Ophelia was banned out, so they're not gonna be able to work with that.
Yes, so there is no fill in this game. However, there's a Magma's already on Team Legion, and that's going to add to the stun and lockdown potential. That's what I like to see so far. In the previous game, there is no AoE coming up from the team. So even though Keeper landed a very nice route there is nothing from Imperium that could do it. However, in this kind of lineup coming from No Remake, at least there's Eruption to work with the Keeper. So that is some form of synergy at least. And it's going to be a Revenor for Team Hellbound, so that's going to be a little bit different. And I do believe it's going to be played by Emperor.
Emperor really loves that Revenant hero. I think he's theory crafted a lot with the hero in terms of builds and how to build up his skill build, his levels, how to farm with him, when to set up for initiation. So I think he should do a better job as compared to the Prisoner 9 for 5 in the other game. It should be relatively better for him. He can set up a lot for ganks and allow huge space for Moon Queen to farm in. We all know Nox and his Moon Queen is just pretty insane. He just carries the entire team after he farms up like a huge amount of gold over there. So definitely think that's a good hero for Nox to have. The Dark Lady wasn't that bad either. It's just the fact that Dark Lady himself, he doesn't have something like a Moon Finality to really be that much more active in team fights, but he does have that Cover of Darkness, which is pretty good, although they needed that burst on top of the Keeper of the Forest.
This is interesting. In the second banning phase, the banned heroes are going to be the Glaciers, Dr. Repulsor as usual, Dampier and Pestilence, Pyromancer and Luna also. That's a Soul Stealer is nowhere to be seen on the banned list, so he is still available and would be, it is as if Nova is taunting No Remake to try and pick the Soul Stealer again. We're going to punish you this time around. That's it. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but it's going to be a Pebbles pickup, and Pebbles is very effective. There is no Pesty because he was banned away, so Pebbles is going to have to come in. And it's sad to see that Pebbles has been relegated to a little bit of a substitute role as compared to the Pestilence. And I mean, I am a huge fan of the Pebbles. Them rocks does rock, but there's
That's rock.
does rock, but there is no Pebbles in this gameplay anymore, except when Pestilence gets banned out. So it's a little bit sad to see that. And I don't know, but Pebbles, man, just hopefully he will be able to do a good job.
Yeah, I'm sure he should be able to. Like, that's just a really strong hero. You can't really fail badly with
Oh, we've
Pebbles.
seen many Pebbles fail, man. Don't
Okay,
forget that.
yeah. Okay, there are certain times, but those are in the hands of like lesser experienced teams. I really, again, I don't really
Oh
know
wow.
much about No2e. They do pretty good. They're good for rally here, so it, I don't know. It could be an offlane. Sorry, okay. This I'm confused right now. Like they have Rally and Revenor on top of that,
Okay,
and
I'm
they have
thinking.
Bubbles off lane. Plus they have the Moon Queen carries.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm
Secondary
thinking
support.
that Rally is going to be played by Murph, Revna on to definitely the Emperor, or maybe Bubbles is being played by Bastom. That would be possible because there's a lot of rotation coming from Bastom, but the problem is we don't like a Bubbles playing as a support. So it's definitely a lot of question coming to Nova's draft so far, and it's gonna be it's gonna be a torture there. So wow, a lot of early game aggression. It's gonna be pretty much nice energy between the four men, but the problem is how are they gonna line this up really nicely? Yeah, Murphy gonna be the bubbles and Rally on best. So I'm a little bit off, but that's gonna be okay. And Revna is an Emperor, so that is some signs at least. And I'm glad that No Remake did not pick the Soul Slayer because if they did, it would be completely greedy on their part. Here got the Magnus Eruption already, plus the Soul Burst. Yes, it's in theory a very big wombo combo. If you pull it off, yep, you can get Genocide, maybe even Annihilation. But what are the chances of that happening here? You gotta have to be
Uh,
realistic sometimes.
yeah, very realistic. Realistically speaking, not that high. I have to say that Legion's lineup is a lot more better as compared to Hellborn. Like Hellborn's kind of iffy because you have like you stacked so many heroes like the Rally, the Bubbles, the Revenor. Revenor would have been fine if they didn't have that Rally on top of that. They could have just gone for a better, dual support. Something like even a Pyromancer would be good. In that sense, was it banned out? I didn't get to see that. Okay, yeah, it was banned. It
Yeah, it
was
was
banned.
banned out.
So that and Glaciers as well. A Luna even on top of that. Oh wow. Okay, so
Yep, so
banning a
Norimig
whole lot of
banning out
support.
a lot of support there, and those are Nova's heroes. So before we go on with this further analysis, let's just introduce his players as well as teams. I'm gonna have to do a quick one. That's it. Magnus is playing by Hip, Bamley onto the MOA, the Victoria on the Pebbles, and Uppish there is gonna be the Keeper of Forest, and Jake is gonna be the carry. That's the sweep play, whereas that's for Norimig on the Legion side. And I'm not quick enough. It seems like they are actually gonna clash right now. We do have Keep coming in again, and he did give out the blast left, but is this gonna be the same kind of situation? That remains to be seen. Revenor, who is Emperor by the way, is having a little bit of trouble, but he is trying to run away. Suplay is just biting on him, and he's gonna be able to get a kill. Bamley, that is at least will be able to snipe out that Suplay, as in that Revenor. So that's interesting. Pebbles now gonna be having a little bit of trouble. I would say that he is somewhat safe, but may not be so. MOA is gonna have to turn kill, but a
Oh
quick
my god.
clutch! Oh my damn god, it is such a
Okay.
clutch, and the stuns are still going out. They're trying to source out these MOA, but MOA is just running, and he is now gonna be seen. But that is behind enemy lines completely, and he's isolated, so that may not save him after all. And what are the chances? But there is no salvation. One man on a mission to survive, but this is gonna be it, and he goes down.
Okay. First of all, let me just say, biggest of fucking plays from what is this? This Keeper of the Forest. He saved. Okay, the first target he saved was Swiftblade. The second target he saved was Pebbles, and then the third target he saved was that Master Arms. Unfortunately, had to run into that direction because he was forced to. He actually sidestepped a lot of the stuns coming from Impunity Storm. That looked very, very grim for Impunity Storm, I have to say. It almost looked like as if they were gonna, be face palming themselves and like, oh shit, I can't believe we missed the kill on like so many heroes who were so low. But yeah, that was kind of funny to see. But yeah, big saves coming out from the Keeper of the Forest, leveling up the Nature's Veil first instead of that Animate first. So won't be having that to use. I think he's gonna be in that jungle perspective. You have Swiftblade and Magnus at the top lane, so it's gonna be secondary support. Magnus Pebbles is gonna be in mid, I do believe, and of course, what is this? Master of Arms? Wait, hold on, I'm insane. Okay, so Keeper of the Forest is gonna go to the bottom lane. Well, I didn't see this properly. Yeah, Keeper of the Forest is gonna go to the bottom lane solo short, which is kind of
Oh wow.
surprising. And then you're gonna have Magnus and Swiftblade at the top lane, and mid's gonna be the MOA and Pebbles. I actually theory crafted a couple of ways that Legion team could have done this. They could have even done a straight up tri lane of a Magnus, Master of Arms, and Pebbles if they wanted to, or maybe not even Pebbles. Like Pebbles can go mid. They can just do it with the Swiftblade and be able to have a lot of kill potential there, and have Keeper of the Forest in the off lane, or maybe just swap out the off lane with the short lane. There's so many things that they could have done, but it seems they're gonna go with the latter, and it seems that they are most probably gonna be going for this tri-lane top. So I
Yep.
kind of like that. Tri-lane versus tri-lane aggression straight up.
That's good. And before we carry on, let me just walk through the entire Hellborn roster for you. If I have the opportunity there, a little bit of engagement happening at top lane, but it's gonna be okay. So yeah, we're gonna use this opportunity now. Impunity.storm all the way from Thailand with a few members from the other they're from a various amount of nations. That's gonna be okay. Nova himself is gonna be the captain and drafter. That would be the torture for this game. Bestom is gonna be the rally. And Nox gonna be the Mooncrate at the mid lane. That's interesting. Murph is gonna be the Bubbles at this long lane. Las Banales Emperor is gonna be at the top lane. That would be the Revenor. So a little bit of interesting kind of rotation. And like you mentioned before, this is in fact the second team I've seen for today that will rotate their character to the mid lane. Like what the hell is wrong today?
Well, I don't know, but I think Impunity is just trying to change or shift the balance of how the metagame works. I don't know, I don't really agree 100% with sending your carry mid, but in this kind of sense it's pretty okay because he's a Moon Queen against the Pebbles, so he should have a relatively easy time. He has that range, but he's actually losing out to CS in terms of this Pebbles. He actually gets a level right there. Pebbles, of course, with more than nice. I think if you take a quick look at stats, 8-1, and there's only 5-1 on this Moon Queen, so I guess it's just a kill advantage going in Pebbles' favor. But as soon as Moon Queen picks up the bottle, Pebbles is going to be heavily harassed by that singular Moonbeam coming from Moon Queen.
Yes, that is correct. So 3 is to 3, both of them level 3 already. That's going to be Pebbles as well as Moon Queen. However, a little bit of rotation coming from the Legion side, and that's going to be a little bit scary because those are really insane stunners there. You got Magnus as well as the MO behind the woods, and it seems like Hellborn is also going to do a little bit of rotation. So Rally's going to try and spot out this Magnus right now and will be successful. And maybe Nova's going to be behind. The Compel is going to miss. Bastom is not doing the best of work there. However, Moonbeam is going to land quickly onto the MOA, and Pebbles is now going to be a little bit of questionable spot there. Nova's going to land a chain reaction nicely on Pebbles, but there is no more mana on the Rally, so they are not able to pick up the kill. Impalement is gonna happen here, but Nova is gonna actually overextend a little bit, and right now it seems like he is gonna go down as well. Stalagmite's gonna be the name of their game there, and down goes Nova. That being said, it is not worth it. 2-1 kind of exchange, no remake again, besting themselves in that kind of situation.
Yeah, that double damage was so clutch from Keeper. Ran in there like a boss. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna smack you." I think that's the voice from Keeper of the Desert. I'm just saying that because he looks really, funny
Slow,
over there.
yeah.
But yeah, slow and all the kind of jazz. He's actually gonna rotate top, by the way. So they're gonna send their conventional carry bot with the Master of Arms, and I think Magnus is probably maybe gonna go mid and support this Pebbles, but I don't think that's as necessary. They could actually go bottom and just completely crush this Bubbles, who, by the way, has a hatchet. What is going on in this game? My God, what? I don't. Okay, not sure about that decision, but definitely do not agree with that hatchet pickup on this Bubbles.
Yeah, as a range hero, definitely never ever pick up the headshot. That is just wrong. By all definition, is completely wrong. So that's it. This is interesting, and I am thinking that Keeper now is going to be a little bit of a tight spot there. Even the Ward of Wrath is going to be employed, so this is definitely going to be a kill. Unless, of course, by some miracle of God, he is going to be fine, but definitely the Ward of Wrath doing a lot of work there is going to make sure that he is going down. And it is also going to be able to just nicely de-ward the Ward of Wrath coming from Bamley. So it is a double win there for Nova, who did pick up the kill, as well as the Ward of Wrath, so that is going to be some sizable amount of gold going his way. That's it. Nova in this game should be looking at a pretty good spot. It's going to be bad because there is no dual support coming in. Rally, I wouldn't expect him to play a support, but now Pebbles does have the haste rune in his bottle, so he's gonna be more than fine. Now looking for a little bit more extra ball charges to make sure the Rally is gonna be a little bit of a tight spot there, but he does have only enough mana for one nice little chuck there, and he's gonna use that quickly. But is it gonna be enough to kill Rally? I think it is. And right now, Moon Queen being played by Nox is not able to do much of a thing there. A little bit of a BM coming by the Victoria. He's just staggering about. I have no idea why, but it could be lagging. I don't know, but things are just weird with this team right now.
Yeah, and bottom lane, so there was some action there happening to that Bubbles, who now does not have any kind of regen. Not sure how that Lucky's Hatchet is actually helping him out now. Probably just thinking to himself or herself that, why the hell did I go for this item in the first place? He's gonna get delivered some regen there. Oh, please don't get it cancelled. Okay, yeah. Just be a little bit more careful with the way that you use it. Top lane, Revenor.
Just be gentle with it, please.
Yeah, Rivenor is already level 5 by the way, definitely leading in terms of EXP against his Keeper Force, even in farm. And that's mainly because Torture was there. They didn't even pick up the kill onto him. Despite his big plays at the start of the game, he's actually dwindled down quite a bit. Not even close at all to finishing the Talisman of Exile into a Ring of Sorcery. But middle lane, again, harass being placed up by Moon Queen. This was talking about, like, as soon as he hits the bottle, he's just gonna throw out those moon beams like no tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's gonna be nice to see that. However, it's gonna be a little bit sad for Team Legion, who doesn't have much of a farm so far. That's a GPM charts. Definitely look at Revenor doing a lot of work this game. He's already about 300 GPM, and I'm just completely proud of Emperor so far. It is by far one of the better starts he has to any game at all, and he should definitely be looking at doing a lot more contribution in this game. Definitely engagement is gonna have to take into account for that one. Nox does get thrown up in the air, but he is gonna be fine. And Pebbles, I mean, he does need a little bit more extra backup before he will be able to kill the Moon Queen. Moon Queen now is already at level 5
Oh,
and
bottom.
should be looking at quick level 6. However, bottom lane, a little bit of a nice time coming out from the Magmas. A little bit of questionable run away though, but Murph will be able to pick out a kill on Heap there. So showing after all that Murph is doing a little bit of work so far at the bottom lane. Level 6 already, so that's what I like to see. However, on the top lane, there is still level 3 MOA that isn't really committed to the top lane, so I can't really blame him for the low level there. But I would say that so far there is at least the level advantage coming from the Hellborn side. They do have about 1k experience lead. And a little bit of a spin maybe from the Swiftblade, but it's a bubble, so it's going to be pretty hard to kill, and that's going to be fine. So Murph is okay, and 3 to 3, man, this game much better than the first.
Yeah, a lot better. But of course, you can still see that this time around, the advantage is in Nox's favor. In Infinity Storm's favor. I think even in the previous game, it was kind of in the favor at the start, but No2e just kind of like completely got back into it, turned team fights around, took very favorable team fights for themselves. That was actually a really good pick off by Bubbles at the bottom lane to pick up the kill into the only level 2 Magnus. So the dual supports right now coming from Legion team is not working as much, and that's because they went for very unconventional dual supports. They're not as good as compared to something else, but it's mainly because of the fact that they also was deleted, but they banned out a lot of the very good prime time supports coming out from this game.
Yes, and that's it. This game so far looking pretty good for both teams. It is somewhat a little bit better for Imperial Storm as compared to the first game, whereas for Hellborn they are still very much far behind. But don't forget that Swiftblade playing as the Soul Steel in previous game did a lot of work, and I am a little bit afraid that he is given the space to farm. So Murphy is just there to try and nerf him a little bit. I hope that that is going to be effective, because in the previous game he didn't, she didn't have the best of game against this Jix F, or whatever how you pronounce it, their name there.
Yeah, he's gonna pick up kill by the way.
Yep, again, man, Murph is going to be pick up the kill on Jake, so that is good work by Bubbles at the bottom lane, and that's interesting enough to see. Meanwhile, top lane, Revenant takes a little bit of beating from someone, not really sure what it is, but his icon's going to be fine. Meanwhile, Rally is going to be a little bit of a tight spot against the Magmas, and Heap there is not able to commit to the kill. That's safe, because the moment he overextended, it would definitely be it. There is a tower in the vicinity in case he's a steam buff. Moon Finale is off cooldown, so that would be a recipe for a kill on the Magmas.
Yep, and again, like Murphy's doing a really good job for Impunity Storm right now. She's the one that's really getting them back into this game because she's shutting down Jake so hard as bottom lane. So Jake is not really taking off as compared to the previous game, and mainly that's because he's not using an avatar, he's just using the lousy Swiftblade avatar. Just saying. But yeah, Magnus is gonna be caught out again, and he's probably gonna die.
Yeah, Magmas now is gonna go down. Speaking of Moon Finale, that was exactly Caster's curse there. So he just went down quickly, and that's gonna be able to snowball Imperial Storm into a 5-3, and it's a little bit sad to see, but No Remake wants to win this game because it doesn't really count if you have a draw, as proven by RGCF and numerous cycles already. You need to win games, and as in win entire series, that's gonna be what it matters. And meanwhile, bottom lane, there's a little bit of a trade-off there. Jake's gonna be able to pick off Murph again, and that is Murph's first step actually, so not really again, but that is a pretty nice engagement that we missed out. A little bit sad to see.
I actually saw that he just used the Swift Slashes and Blade Frenzy. Nothing much to be said there. Like Murph went out to old middle lane. Woo! Rally again.
Nice compel by Rally to try and save Moon Queen, but is it gonna be enough now? There's a double damage on the Pebbles. Pebbles already having no mana there, and Emperor is not coming in just yet. Ball lightning is gonna connect, and Emperor will be able to land a little bit of a slight stun there for Nux to pick up the kill, so that's good. And that will definitely work in favor for Team Hellborn.
Yeah, huge overextension by that Pebbles. Not sure why he decided to do that. But yeah, really unfortunate to give up a kill over there. Swiftblade is just trying to pick up on as much farm as he can. Doesn't I was about to say doesn't. Keeper of the Forest doesn't have his amulet of the XL yet, but he's gonna be able to farm top lane no problemo, as he is able to have this free lane to himself. No one's at the top lane here. Emperor is actually gonna go ahead and try to run in. I think Emperor's gonna go for Insanitarius on this Revenor. I like that pickup. It's really good for this Revenor, as it just allows him to deal that much more damage, and because at
Oh,
level
Moon Queen mid lane's gonna get challenged there, and Nox gonna be a little bit of trouble there, but there is a compel coming out from Bastom. Bastom, man, he managed to save the carry, and that's gonna be a lot of credit there. However, there is a health potion on Nox, and is he gonna be picking up the kill on that MOA? Yes, it is gonna be possible, and on the flip side, Bamley will go down. There's a Keeper Root going down as well, and Murph is gonna pay the price, but that's a little bit of a small price to pay for a little bit of extra gold on the GPM beast. That's Nox, by the way. That would be the carry. The biggest problem from that engagement is that I do believe Murph a little bit of extension from Perfect Fire.
She thought that she can go into, pick up the kill into the pebbles, but little did she know the rest of the support from Legion team is there, because you're next to a tier 1 tower. You don't do that. You don't decide to do that any single time of the day. Like, your Moon Queen survived nonetheless, and I gotta say, Bastomp is on the ball today with the rallies. I think they should pick rally more often for him rather than those other dual supports, because he's doing a lot of work. And yeah, speaking of MOA,
oh my god, Cactus dancing and jumping. That's really cute there. Sorry. It's been a while since I saw Keeper of the Desert anyway.
And Master Farm's still not the level 6 yet. It's very imperative that he reaches that soon. Level 9, by the way, on Swiftblade. And he's doing a really good job. Gonna get the Energizer soon. I'm not sure if he's gonna decide to go for a Rune Cleaver. I think it's pretty late in the game already for it. To actually start building up for it. But he still can go for it by all means to, be able to fight against this Moon Queen, or at least farm just as fast as the Moon Queen. But if he wants to slow down Moon Queen and, allow his team to actually get that advantage, then it's probably best for their team to actually go for more team fight oriented items. Just straight up go for Shrunken Head, Desolator is pretty strong.
You mean Shieldbreaker?
Shieldbreaker, oh, sorry, those are 2 terms, man.
Yeah, I know you just kind of migrated already. That's it. We're still at this game here, 12 minutes, and it's a HoN game, so we're gonna use HoN terms. And yes, it's interesting to see the rally. Now it's going to try and join up with the Moon Queen in mid lane. And there's a lot of wards here, dewarding happening all across the map already because of Nova as well as Bastom. Both of them doing a lot of good work. I'm really surprised to see that Rally playing as a support is somewhat still a little bit effective. I wouldn't say it's completely out, but he does need a bottle because he is just a hero that doesn't have the mana as compared to an INT support. So that's interesting to see. Meanwhile, a little bit of harassment onto the Pebbles, but nothing really grave happening just yet. And so far, 5:8, a little bit of a extra bouncing back and forth action come from both sides. But I'm really concerned right now as compared to many of the other viewers there as to how the hell is Jax gonna have to farm. He is completely boxed out of the bottom lane by Murph, and that is good work coming out from the Bubbles.
Yeah, I mean, Bubbles has been practically doing whatever she can for the team, but a couple of misplays earlier on, beating the kill to this Swiftblade at the bottom lane, and in the middle lane there, kind of a big overextension, but yeah, I don't know about that. This Bubbles, hopefully he's going to be able to pick up on a portal key soon. Only sitting at 400 gold, by the way, because he went for more of the Grave Locket build. This Swiftblade, man, is doing a really good job of clearing out the stack camps, and it's a good job being done by the rest of his supports on this team. But the problem with that is that his supports are just so far behind levels, and you can't have that happening. That's a Magnus, by the way.
Yes, it's a Magnus, and I am just sad to see that the Magnus is a level 3 man, and he is more like, I wouldn't say it's a liability. Okay, I just said it, but he is actually a little bit of a burden coming to this game. Even in the first game, the Tempest wasn't the best in most of those engagements, and he was just doing what was barely minimal. So Hip is severely in question so far, and only level 4, you need a portal key on that guy, and it's not as if he's been warding, correct?
Yeah, I mean, of course, he's been warding.
No,
but
that's Bamley's ward I see all across the map.
Oh, okay.
So he's not been warning. What is he doing? Anyway, Amoy will take the fall, and it seems like Moon Queen's gonna go in a little bit. Hib is gonna be invisible again, but is in a severely dangerous position and dances around a little bit too long. Merv will go down because of Swift Slashes and a little bit of the extra Blade Frenzy coming in. Moon Queen trying to make some of the effort, but Moon Queen having no Moon Finale right now with a double tap going out there for Jake's. So Jake is in a pretty good spot. There is no way they can possibly kill this with no mana on the Revenor. However, there's a keeper in the vicinity, and there's also no way they can pick that one up. So it's gonna end up in a 1-for-2 exchange, and Hellbound's gonna lose that kind of a extra goal that they had. The lead actually now dropping to about 2k only.
Yeah, and Swiftblade is sitting on 1.4k gold. I think he's still gonna go for that straight up Rune Cleaver because he does have the life tube. I definitely don't think that's gonna be something like a nullstone. I don't really see how that's gonna be very effective for him in this kind of sense. Emperor went for the good choice of going for that portal key first because they needed some initiation on top of the bubbles, but bubbles unfortunately does not have his portal key just yet. Gryffindor will probably work towards his Insanitarius after this, and that could help out a lot. Moon Queen is just gonna go ahead and capture the Skeleton King. That's good for him to, just stack that, what do you call this, the ancient camps by himself while he's continuously farming the jungle. I would like to see the jungle being stacked out more for this Moon Queen because on the opposite end of the team, like this Swiftblade's been getting a lot of stacks to work with.
Yes, and that is definitely helping Swiftblade a lot. Already at 400 GPM and slightly above that of Nox as well as Emperor. Emperor actually going to drop a little bit, only about 392 so far. He was doing very well slightly earlier, about 420 plus, but again, it's going to be a little bit hard to try and maintain a kind of goal lead if you don't have oh, sorry, it seems like bottom lane there's a little bit of extra stuff happening here, and Jake is going to be in a little bit of a tight spot. The Raid Master's Call is going to come out, and a little bit of a nice turn by Keep, and Magma's going in. That's a great stop there. And meanwhile, Emperor will be able to pick up a kill, and that's going to help him a lot in terms of escalating.
Yeah, and Bubbles, bro, they're probably gone already right now. Kind of funny to see that happening. I think Pebbles is purchased his portal key already because he doesn't have any gold. Yeah, it's been instant the career. He has it now. Can instantly burst down one of the heroes, but I think he's gonna get spotted up at this Ward of Sight by Murph. Yep, he's gonna get spotted, so they know already by now that he has that portal key. He's actually gonna try to hide here, but I'm pretty sure that they aren't that stupid. He is actually just gonna go ahead and show himself over here, so it's gonna be fully revealed to the entire Hellborn team that yeah, Pebbles does have that portal key now. It doesn't mean that he has the jump potential, but at least that means the Hellborn team is gonna have to play a little bit more passive because of that portal key pickup.
Yeah, and that's it. 16 minutes in, 7 is 11, about 2.5k goal lead for the Hellborn team. So Hellborn doing very well, and Emperor definitely a lot better than the first game. Already about 400 GPM so far, and I'm saying that, yep, he comes in quickly, and with the ball lightning and Stormblade's trying to make something happen, but down goes the Bubbles, and will not be able to come in for the Shell Surf at the later end of the Shell Surf, but that is a little bit sad to see. So 7 is 11 so far, and Emperor, I mean, he's always trying to put forward a little bit of engagement, and no doubt some of them don't really work, but it's still good attempts.
Yep, and like just like I completely forgot about the point I wanted to finish up about this Revenor. He went for Insanitarius, which means to output even much more.
Oh, it seems like the Pebbles is going for the kill on Bubbles, cooking up some really good turtle soup. That's saying Bastam is gonna try and come in for extra kill or try and push away his aggressor, but that's not gonna be really effective. They are still in the vicinity, and we'll be looking to pick off either him or the tier 1 down south. However, in the mid lane, Moon Queen's doing a lot of work against the tier 1 in mid lane. I would not advise Super to come in. Oh, what a deny it is by Jake.
I actually thought they could go for the kill on Moon Queen, but yeah, I mean, the safest choice is just to kill off that tower, just deny it really nicely. They're gonna get tier 1 bot.
Yep, and Rally bottom lane, severe question there, what the hell is he doing? And Bastam is going down. That's it. There is also the Pebbles that's trying to run away as much as he can, but Emperor is gonna try and chase this one out. Wherever you go, I will follow you. That's what he's saying, and yep, the little bit of a nice reverse check. Wow, that's gonna be clutch, and Pebbles is gonna be fine, and it is gonna be possible. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Emperor is jumping a little bit too much. It's gonna be okay, but he is gonna try and snag up a kill on Keeper, or it might be the other way around, but Emperor is not able to pick anything up at all in the previous engagement.
Yeah, if Keeper had a portal key, if you can see right there when Revenor turns off that Insanitarius, if Keeper had a portal key, he could have actually killed up, picked up the kill onto Emperor right there. But of course, he doesn't have that just yet. He's actually gonna go for a straight up Restoration Stone. Again, I don't really agree with this because they need some team fight items, something like an Astrolabe. It would be very necessary for them. Even going for a Barrier Idol would be that much more better because they need to negate a lot of the magical damage
and
coming
meanwhile,
up.
Bubbles is gonna say hi to Swiftblade. They're just gonna brush with us there, and Swiftblade's like, whoa, is that an ally foe? Then he now pops the Energizer, but realized that she's completely gone.
Yep, and they're gonna thwart this Ward of Sight at the bottom rune. That's good for them. They even block out the Hellborn Ancients, and that forces the Hellborn team to actually spend some wards and deward that again. Revenor, like it seems like okay, there's the two heroes on the Hellborn team that have the dust right now. That's gonna be the Rally as well as the Revenor, and man, I still don't get to talk about the point about the Revenant. Yeah, Revenant with the Insanitaries is just so good because, as you know, his ulti, the power overwhelming, just translates all his damage into magical superior damage. So that's really, really good for him.
Yes, it does, and it will also eat through Shunkage, just to let you guys know that, well, if you don't know what it does. Anyway, in the bottom lane, there's a little bit of an engagement onto the tier 2. It seems like Team Legion is going to try and push for a little bit of a push. There's also the animated cactus. They are just dancing about and just very happy. And boy, you just wish you can be one of those, because that's going to be the perfect paradise for you. Just dancing every day, you have a flower to your head. Okay, forget that. Anyway, now a little bit of a nice pot in coming up from the help on side, but Emperor is going to jump on the Pebbles, and that is going to be a little bit questionable because, again, he is overextending, and that has been a problem so far. There's a little bit of a root coming out. Murphy's going to be fine. Moon Queen's coming in, but there is nothing really done just yet, and it's glad because I'm happy that Legion actually decided to pull back. Would have been a kill, however, Emperor being sniped out there by Bamley, and Bamley...
Oh my god.
Wow, Moon Finale gonna be used here, but there is nothing that is going down on Pebbles anymore. Pebbles is gonna be a little bit of a tight spot. Does pop the Stegomize, and it seems like Nox is gonna be a lot of trouble. Nox goes down. What the hell just went on there?
Yeah, that was just too much of items on Legion team over there. I wouldn't really say that was overextension from Hellburn team. It's just that they got caught out. The Pebbles went back in again. That was really nice, and that all started off because of the Fork Lightning from Master of Arms to pick up that kill on Emperor. They're gonna get this base tower, maybe even do some chip damage to Brax, but they definitely should get this tower, and I don't think Hellburn can do anything about this. Bubbles already used the Kelp Field. Moon Finale's ulti has been used. Seismic Slam hasn't, but what is he gonna do? They're gonna, yeah, like I mentioned, they're gonna get that tier 3 tower and back off right there.
This is insane gameplay coming out from the Legion side. I mean, Pebbles was on the verge of going down, but look at the backup that he had. It is phenomenal.
Very so. And I think kind of a huge mistake there from ImpS to only stun. I think it was just illusions. So maybe I could say that was more of like a zoning stun so that the Hellburn team would be like, oh, we can actually kill this guy, but you know, it's gonna get turned on again by this Portal Key Pebbles, who is, by the way, very close to Shrunken Head, which is very, very good for him because now he's just gonna jump in, no issues at all. Jump in, say, hey, what's up, bro? Toss you in the air, you know, play around with you like your little, like his little brother and such, and you're gonna die. So it's really, really unfortunate. Keeper of the Forest is gonna get Restoration Stone very, very soon, by the way.
Yes, and that said, now it seems like Nox is gonna be a little bit of a tight spot there. However, it should be okay, and there is already a Swiftblade that has got pretty good farm so far. I would say 476 GPM, and you're gonna have to give credit to Swiftblade, man. Jake, he may not be a very fast farmer by himself, but he does have a very good team, and that is what's giving him a lot of GPM as compared to Nox, who is just doing a lot of solo work so far. And I would say that definitely with 4-1 and 2, Nox only at 3-1 and 4, it's still gonna be a little bit debatable as to where the extra kill on Nox gonna mean that they have got better from, and gonna compare the CS right now, 145 on the Swift Blade, whereas Nox has got about 175. So Nox doing a lot more in terms of CS, but the problem is that his team doesn't have the synergy as compared to what Legion has to offer.
Yes. Very, very, very. You know, that's a very, 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 very valid point. I mean,
wow, you just buried the hell out of me anyway.
Yeah, that's the whole
cancerous,
point of it.
just to let you know. It's cancerous.
Revenar, yeah.
Halfway through your you kind of mispronounced it, and that was.
Yeah, it's kind of. I'm losing my mind, man. The insanity is insane coming from this Thai team right now. This No2e, man, they are completely blowing me away with their teamwork and their gameplay.
Very.
Revenar should probably get Shrunken Head next. If he wants to go for more of that auto attack, then he could probably even go for Elder Parasite. But I think in this situation, with so many stuns on the Legion team, you don't want to go for that. Just go for a straight up Shrunken Head. It's still very, very good with that. Very again with the Insanitarius. This rally is nowhere close to any other items because he's helping his counterpart Nova over there to ward. So it's kind of hard for them. And Legion team, Keeper of the Forest, it's so close to that Restoration Stone. Here we go.
Yes, and that's gonna be pretty good, and that say Keeper is now in a little bit of a tight spot, but the root does go down, and Magnus comes in for a clutch stun, and that is just so big, but the Kelp Fill will pick it up, so not that good after all, and yeah, Magnus did die, so Murph, man, doing a lot of work with the double tap, so it's pretty good for the ringer there coming in from impunity.storm, but she is doing a lot of work. That is Galaxy's Murph. That's it, 5k goal lead coming out into this game, and no remake, definitely, you could say that the Keeper could have survived that, but it is a little bit sad to see that the circumstances doesn't allow that, and it's 13-13, a little bit of a tie so far, but I'm saying that Murph is gonna actually have a little bit of trouble right now, but the shell serve is gonna be okay. She does have the haze rune, so that is again Lady Luck smiling on the female gamer there.
Oh yeah, very very. Okay, what the hell is that with me? Very, but
Very,
yeah.
very, 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 very true.
Very, very, very. I 100% agree with you there, but yeah,
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah,
as
please
my
carry on.
Russian brother would say, Hellburn team is just really in tight spot right now. The Bubbles just picked up a haste rune. Bubbles is like a the safety net for this team right now. Murph is just doing a really good job. That top lane engagement there, if Murph hadn't come in, the Keeper of the Forest would have survived. He would have had his Restoration Stone by now. He did use Root, but he will eventually get his Restoration Stone nonetheless after they push this tier 1 tower top. And I don't know about Hellburn defending this. They could if they want to, but I don't think they're looking forward to that. They want to get more farm up on their other heroes.
Yes, they definitely need that, and it seems like Nox doesn't have the best of farm in this game, only about 500 GPM, and it's only 500. You know, that's Nox standard, it's a little bit sad to see. He actually timed out, and I'm gonna say this, but they can actually resume without him.
Yeah, they can actually, because
Yeah.
I mean,
Level 8 Magmas, no portal. Yeah, but yeah, it's got portal key,
he
so.
does have portal key, but the problem here is that his damage output is not as high.
Yeah.
But in this current situation, the scenario, I would say it's still okay because I'm surprised at the lack of Mystic Vestments coming out from Hellburn team. Rally does not have Mystic Vestments. Moon Queen does not have Mystic Vestments. That's mainly because she's going for that Shrunken Head. Bubbles does not have Mystic Vestments. Still sitting with a Bloody Hatchet in the inventory. Torture has no Mystic Vestments, so there's a lot of magical damage that they're gonna soak up from this
Yeah.
Bubbles and Magmas and Master of Arms. I guess it's not necessary for a Mystic Vestments, but with a huge golden rock on the loose, you don't want to get smashed in on your face by that guy. Like, he's really golden, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Even the shit that he throws out is also golden anyway. Just to let you guys know in case you don't. Back to the point. Yes, just throw away the goddamn axe. You don't need a hatchet to begin with on a Bubbles who is a range hero, but I mean so far she is performing pretty okay, so I guess I'm left a little bit tongue-tied when it comes to that hatchet there. But definitely please get something a little bit more useful. About 900 gold in, I would expect Bubbles to go for a little bit more supportive of an item, but she does only have about 891 health points, so maybe going for a little bit protective of the investment is not too bad. And Mystic Vestment is one of those that is going to help her a lot in terms of team fight against especially an erupting Magmas and a crazy keeper on the loose.
Yeah, and they got Token, which is really, really good for Moon Queen, which means he can finish up his Shrunken Head, no issues, not to worry about the next team fight that's probably going to happen in their base. Restoration Stone completed, aka time to push, time to win game for Legion team right here. And that's gonna be very, very scary for Hellborn. Although Moon Queen just finished up his, was it the Dream Eaters or the Shrunken Head? I think it was. I think it was the Shrunken? I don't know. I can't see the. Yeah, it's the Shrunken because he hasn't used that yet. That
Yes,
Geometer's Green
Shrunken.
plus Shrunken is going to be very good for him. Here we go, Pebble.
Yep, Pebbles is actually a little bit of trouble there, but it seems like Murph is going down first, and that's because you don't have Vestment and you got Hatcher. That's complete bad, bad karma there. That being said, Emperor is going down because of the Swift Slashes from the Swift Blade. That is going to be game so far, and Legion team is just going to milk on that. That's the only one, double root was already expanded in the previous engagement, and that's going to be a nice shot all the way from Beijing, and that will secure a kill for Victoria there onto Nova. Nova does go down, but now it seems like Nux is trying to do a little bit of a one-man situation, and the seismic slap is stopped. Oh my god, if it went down, it would be possible, but a little bit of the token is going to be used here, and Nux is going to try to run away right now, but is that going to come to fruition? Bubbles does come back, a little bit of a nice silence with the Kafu. That's going to be a lot of a game change so far, and can that Swift Blade go down? Yes, it can, but at what cost? It's going to be at the situation where there is no carry left for Team Imperial Storm, and now Bubbles going to do a little bit of a clutch part away, and she's going to be fine, but the kill on the Pebbles, is she a little bit too greedy to go in? Yep, she would be, and she doesn't go in. So that's good to see, and she will be trying to regenerate a little bit on the ball charges, but will not commit to any form of a kill so far. But 18 is to 15 with almost 8k goal lead so far. I don't know, but there is a lot of stuff happening here, and I'm just telling you that that was a really good chuck. Boy, that chuck was a 3-point toss, and that scored them the game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could have said it better. You just took the words out of my mouth, man. Like, suddenly we're talking about basketball games. What the hell, bro? But yeah, it was kind of funny to see that double root was used. I didn't really see where the first root was. I think maybe it was in cooldown. I don't think it should have been though. Keeper of the Forest is really, really kind of funny to see that he wasn't able to get a second root off. But they won that team fight so well. Killed Moon Queen twice. No token already. Forced Murph to buy back. Murph almost died, by the way. So a lot of good things going the way of this Legion team, and Keeper of the Forest probably gonna get a, I want to say a Shaman's Hedgerows next, and then into the Barrier Idol. Definitely best choice for him. And this Swiftly, we haven't talked much about him. He did go for other items after the Rune Cleaver, besides just the Assassin Shroud, which is now a Genjuro. I think it's pretty
Yes.
alright because it allows him to just run in and out. Here we go, middle
Well,
lane though.
Emperor trying to make something happen, but Emperor again is overextending. Here comes the Magnus, is gonna kill on Emperor. Can he get it? That's the question. I think Emperor is just so close. He'll pop his head here, so he's gonna be fine. However, Keeper is gonna put a big root here, and only Moon Queen is gonna be locked in here. Bastom does go down. That's the rally. Rally doesn't get the Seismic Slam off. That's a little bit sad to see. However, now Nox is going down because of Swift Slash from the Swift Blade. That's gonna be big, and now it seems like Bubble's also gonna go down. That's a quad kill for Jake's already, and Jake's looking for Annihilation, but Emperor already near home, so there is no
Yeah.
Annihilation going for Jake's there. A little bit sad to see.
Yeah, I wish that Annihilation would come out from Spade. It's just really unfortunate we don't get to see that. I think if he used that second Genjuro, maybe he could have. But nevertheless, they get that tier 2 mid. They can even go bottom and just destroy the Millirex as there's no tower defending that. Yes, they're gonna do that right now. Pebbles is gonna finish up on a Shrunken Head, I believe. No, not Shrunken Head. Sorry, Hellflower, I believe. Unless he's gonna decide to go for more of that double dunk combo.
Yep, and that's it. It seems like Swiftblade is gonna be fine. He does have the Genjuro already. The dust is going up, but it will spot only the Keeper. I doubt it. Oh, actually, yes, it's gonna spot Swiftblade as well. And here comes Revenor with a random ball lightning. It's not gonna hit. Murph jumping in also. Can they get a kill? That's the question. I think the Keeper is gonna be in the vicinity. Is there a second dust going out? I don't think so, but a nice little questionable stun coming from Hip playing as the Magmas in this game. And Pebbles is still in vicinity, and I mean Bastom is gonna be food right now, and Stillamat going out as well. Bastom going down, Jake getting out a kill. That's gonna be a legendary streak, and a little bit of another questionable pot in coming from the Keeper, but it at least make sure that the root does go down, and that's gonna buy the team some time. A little bit chuck again, all the way. A 3-point nice chuck there is gonna mean the game there. Nova does go down. I do believe that the first chuck also was targeted at him, so second one was just fantastic as well. That's a little bit of rewarding happening here, and I would say that, yeah, Legion team looking so good. They're looking to win this series just completely clean and give themselves 3 points.
Yeah, I think they definitely are really in the running for that 3 points. They're just looking so good in this stage of this game. They took token, man. This Swiftblade's insane. Look at the amount of damage he's doing.
Oh, Magnus
500.
is stuck there behind those trees.
Yeah, he's gonna port out. He has portal key. No issues.
Oh,
I think that's no problem for him. But yeah, I mean like Pebbles. I don't know. I actually want to see him go for that. Oh no, he's gonna go for Hellflower. Boring. I was actually hoping that he'd go for more of that Restoration Stone into that Staff of the Masters, for like the triple truck combination. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty epic shit over there. But yeah, Master of Arms gonna go for a Shrunken Head himself, man. That's pretty insane. Look at the amount of farm on this Legion lineup.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun also, and I mean it is pretty good, and so far I would believe that there is some action happening here. And Pebbles is invisible, looking for a little bit of a kill on Moon Queen. Moon Queen has got Shrunken Head and about 1.8k health. He definitely needs some backup to secure this kill here. The Keeper is in the vicinity, but there is no further support. Maybe with a Swordblade that's in Janjurumo. This is gonna be a kill. Nox in a lot of trouble, and Nox gonna be challenged. Nox gonna have Swift Slashes on his face there, and there goes Nox again.
Wow.
So that's another onslaught streak on Jake's, and this boy just can't be stopped.
Yeah, Swiftblade's just wrecking this game, man. Onslaught, 11-2 and 585 gold per minute. Swiftblade, I think his next item could even be a portal key just to screw around with the Hellburn team. And I think the next item he could even go for is probably even a Doombringer. I'm calling it right now. Doombringer right now. Doombringer and then get token. Guys, come on. I want to see really fun.
Doombringer. Yes, please.
I want to
bring
see
the
some
Doom here
fun
to this
games,
game.
man. I want to see some fun, action coming from the Swiftblade. Like that hatchet is no use to him right now. Just throw that shit away and get like a bloody Doombringer.
Yeah, and I mean, so far in 25 is the 17k goal lead for Team Legion, and Swiftblade is just screaming, come on man, somebody stop me. But the spins are going on as scheduled, and Emperor again jumping in, a little bit of a questionable stuff, and the big eruption is just gonna cook everyone from the Hellbound team. They're gonna be really nicely cooked right now. You can just barely taste them on your mouth. The amount of juice coming from the beef there is just really insane. And that being said, however, there is only gonna trust the one Bastom kill, so questionable again.
Yeah, Keeper actually used the double root. Keeper's in a lot of trouble.
Now he's gonna be fine. There is no dust there. He is invisible, so there's no way they know that he's there. But Revenor is the one that's questionable. I have no idea what Ravenel was doing in that kind of situation, but I do believe he did buy back because he did went down in the previous engagement, and well,
Even
that's
Murph.
yeah, even Murph did buyback, so that is 2 buybacks of Murph already expended, and Nox still has got 1 buyback left. Nox 6, 4, and 7 doing a lot of good work so far, but 1.2k gold in the bank, and there is nothing that can virtually stop this Swiftblade. I mean, Swiftblade is just screaming out, somebody stop me, and that is mid lane. Now Murph doesn't have a buyback anymore and doesn't even need the Swiftblade. Just 1 slash there, and Victoria is gonna take the kill.
Yep, that Hellflower, man. Hellflower is really, really good because the range has been
Oh,
increased.
I
900
have to say
ping.
this. There is no damn Mystic Vestment on Bubbles, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, Hatchet saved his life, so I guess Hatchet's the only way to go. I really, I really don't know why Hellborn team is deciding to do this. Bubbles has been holding on that Hatchet for a really, really long time. Oh, by the way, Keeper of the Forest in the jungle here might be spotted out. Here we go. Ooh.
Yep, it's gonna be okay.
Clutch.
Keeper will be able to run away. He does have the portal key that he just nicely used, so don't worry about that. It's gonna be safe. The Keeper is gonna be okay. The desert is safe, and the trees are, however, not so. And the Cactus now trying to challenge against the Minotaur and snatch Storm from Bestom. This is really cute. Do you think it's actually going to the Keeper or Bestom?
Keeper.
Oh no,
Oh, maybe
he
not.
got everything.
Rally.
That
Okay.
is- That's
I'm
a rally,
wrong.
guys, and
That's like,
compel
guys.
compel OP. So yeah.
Yeah.
That got a kill there. Anyway, Legion team is just nicely milking on this, and there is virtually nothing that can really stop that Swiftblade. And I'm saying that about Swiftblade, that has got a Savage Means plus a Genjiro plus yet another Rune Cleaver and a Energizer. So guys, don't forget that this guy can just virtually fly.
And Pebbles, that Hellflower is going to do a lot of work for his team. Keeper of the Forest still doesn't have a barrier idol. I really dislike the fact that they don't have that just yet.
Pebbles.
But they're so far ahead in this game that I don't think they're gonna go into that.
Yeah,
Swiftblade has such savage mace, man. He's gonna be cutting butter like it's nothing.
Butter is nothing, bro. Just saying.
Actually, that's kind of true though. What the hell? That logic. That logic, guys. What did I do? I'm insane now. Like, Thailand team.
Yeah, and well, it's interesting, but there we have a little bit of a nice situation. There might be a Michael Jordan on this team, and there goes a little bit of missed the luck mines there, but it's gonna connect on Emperor, who does nicely pot in front of him, so it is somehow still counted as a hit. I know that's just screwed up logic, that, but never mind. Pebbles doing a lot of work this game, and in fact, it's just gonna man up here. He doesn't have much of a protective item, only the Shrunken Head. That is gonna be good enough for the Pebbles, who is standing about 2.2k health. So that is still a very tank. It is one of the biggest rock stars so far, and he does toss balls like no one's business, or toss people like balls like no one's business. Anyway, going for the extra toss, and he's gonna be able to try to do a little bit of toss on Nox. Nox is gonna get nicely compelled out, but here comes the Keeper rune. Is it gonna materialize into something? The second one going down as well. The Swift Slash is happening, but it doesn't pick up Nox. That's okay, because now here comes Chef Magnus, and he is able to nicely cook up someone at least. Bestom goes down, Emperor completely tossed out there, and toast out there, sorry, and it seems like Legion team will be able to secure the Rexus as well as the tower there, so it's nice to see. However, the mid lane is not touched at all, and I mean, it's sad to see that Legion team's tier 2 are completely still intact, and I'd like to point it to you guys out there right now that the only form of damage is on the top tower. That's all. None of the other towers are more or less damaged there, so I mean, Hellborn is just by far yards behind in this game.
Yep, and they're gonna go for Kong, which I actually called out. That's a good decision by them, but Bubbles is trying to be really sneaky here. It doesn't have that Shell Surf up yet, so they're definitely gonna get this Kong kill, no doubt about it. There you go, you see the token on Swiftblade already. That just means now they can go ahead and put even much more aggression in middle lane, but I think they're just gonna wait for at least one route to be off cooldown from Keeper. They by all means can take this game as slow as they want to, because they have double route, they have Hellflower, Shrunken Head, and Pebbles. Pebbles I think can even go for that Closer Sheep Stick, so I can like disable 2 people right off the bat, and that Keeper route will be off cooldown within the next 100 seconds, the double route that is, and they can just go ahead and push down the towers. They can even go top if they want to, and make it, you know, that much more harder for Hellborn team to defend, because that's just completely, you know, racks us apart. It's just gonna be a very hard split push there coming out from them.
Yeah, and that's gonna be it. Bamley doing a lot of work this game, and I just like Bamley as a player so far. He did have a very good streak, and he is a very good efficient support. Don't forget that he, as a subtle support, he was warding most of this game. He does have a Ball Knight plus a Shrunken Head, so that's very nice to see on a support.
Yep, Shrunken Head, and I think his next item could even be that portal key. I hope it's a portal key, because that's really, really good for Master of Arms, and the ability to just jump in, push people out. You know, he could be the second, you know, the second Pebbles in the making. Oh my god, Magnus, what are you doing?
Magnus There is a Water Breath there. Was actually trying to deward, but not the best of all. That being said, Moon Queen did waste the Moon Finale. Now it's going to be a little bit of a tight spot, but here comes the Swift Slashes and the granddaddy of them all. Looking to make something happen. We'll be able to pick up some form of kill. At least Nova will go down. That's a hasted golden shiny pebbles, as it is not shiny now. It's going to be in a little bit of tight spot right now. He does go down, and it does toss down Emperor. Emperor will go down. So again, that is going to be a little bit of a fair trade, at least. Not too bad for Team Legion. Legion now on a roll, man, and double tap already out for Jakes. Doing a good job there. 32 to 19 and Emperor. I mean, he is trying his best this game, but 272 GPM and pretty much 3-6 and 4. I would say that again, he didn't do much as what he wished, as much as he could. Again, a little bit of overextension. It's like every single time he just pots in a little bit too far out. The rest of his team is just always not there.
Yeah, he needs to go together with a team. He can't be dewarding like that in Hellborn's jungle. Nevertheless, like
I was talking about Emperor, not the Magnus. Just
oh, sorry, yeah. I'm talking about Magnus now, but yeah, Magnus, like this guy was way out of position in that previous engagement. He could have just gone with the rest of his teammates, set up that ward a little bit later, and then go in. Had he survived, Pebbles wouldn't have given his life up, I think. Pebbles, by the way, is going for close to Sheepstick now. He does that Blessed Orb in his inventory. But yeah, if he didn't die, he could probably set up for a huge Magmus eruption. I think Magmus' next item could even be that Storm Spirit. That'd be really, really good. Unless this Master of Arms is deciding to go for that himself, then they should probably just let Magmus get something like even you know, Grim of Power, Spell Shards, get more damage in there. Unless he wants to go for Shrunken Head also, by all means that's pretty fine by me. Unless also he wants to go for a Closure Sheep State, then it's even better. But that's gonna be really leaps and bounds ahead before he actually gets that.
Yes, that is correct, and leaps and bounds ahead. That is what Legion team is right now, and Hellborn is playing the nice little train that is forced to catch up with a bullet train, and that is by far a misery. Let's just be very honest here. Nox is about 500 GPM, so that is not completely his fault. He does have pretty good items as well. Looking for a possible Beam of Heart, and I do believe that that is something that he definitely needs. It could also be a symbol of Rage, and that will be something that is going to help him a lot as well. But the problem on this Moon Queen is that there is nothing close to the level of damage that this Switchblade can offer. Moon Queen about 230, Switchblade about 370. That's a wholly 100 extra damage there.
And don't forget the crits, the inbuilt crits from the Way of the Sword. That's 36% chance. 36 is pretty freaking high. Don't get me wrong.
He will treat you like a samurai or a ninja or something in between.
Yeah, I mean, he is a ninja, bro. He's a Swiftblade. He's the Way of the Blade.
But this avatar sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Good to see where we agree on that.
Yeah, here comes Revenant. Nice little stun. Is he able to materialize kill Swiftblade? A lot of trouble there. Swiftblade might actually go down. And here comes Rally. Pick up the kill. That's gonna be good. There is, however, a token. And there goes the Chef Magmus trying to cook everyone again. Only getting a kill. However, only on Emperor as well as Nova. This is gonna be it. They did try very hard, but it is not good enough. And somehow Murph also gonna go. Nox does buyback. Nox trying to make something happen, but Magmus again with a good stun. And that's all he really is. In fact, the Chef didn't really kill anyone, did he? It was more due to the Switchblade there with a hat trick now, actually looking for more. Looking for a quad kill. Can he get it? A 4th one in play there. It is not going to him. So, yes, he's going to have a hat trick. So, a bit sad to see, but anyways, game is done here, ladies and gentlemen. That would be game number 2.
Yeah, that 1k crit, by the way, from out of Kinshiro attack.
He just slapped the guy.
Yeah, like, Impunity Storm so far behind. Cannot find space to, you know, get back in this game. Even though 500 GPM on Nox, it's not enough to carry the team because, again, it just comes back to the drafting. It's really, really weirded off despite Bastom having really good plays with the Compel skill over there in the early stages of the game. It wasn't enough because the later stages, they didn't have any items, they didn't have levels. Like, for a hero like Rally, he needs decent farm, and Nova on that Torture needs a certain amount of levels as well. Only level 12 in that entire game, and it's not really what you want to see. Like, look at the supports coming from Legion team. They went for a really weird dual setup there with the Magmus and MOA. They did kind of try setup for a tri-lane at top at the start of the game, but suddenly transitioned into more of like a 2-2-1. But they still made it work because like there was that portal key up on Magmus. He did a lot of work with his eruptions, albeit it's just a low amount of damage, but still it's something that translates into a bigger picture for this Legion team.
Yes, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That would be game two. A little bit sad to say that ImpS will concede 3 points here without much of result today, and that is actually not going to help them in the position. The table, however, is still not up. Garena's website is having a little bit of trouble, so we are going to wait for that as well. That's it. We hope you guys enjoyed the cast today. And Lark, any last minute shout out?
Yeah, shout outs to the fans again who are tuning in, all 151 of you guys. Do keep up the good work. We want to see more growth in numbers because we do believe that there is a huge community out there that wants to watch, a lot of these games coming out from Southeast Asia. Uh, I know the timing isn't the best for people in the States or maybe even Europe, but we do love the support coming up from the international players coming down to Southeast Asia stream to watch out. I mean, to watch how these teams do. We try our best to bring you an English speaking stream, and we try our very darn hardest to make it really fun and lively here. Because I'm just such a boring guy, as you can see. But yeah, really big shout out to you guys for tuning in to us and watching us, as well as a huge shout out to EGTV crew, and of course to all the players involved in G League.
Yes, and that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a little bit of shout out to my girlfriend as usual, as well as my brother and national service. Kind of forget him as well, and he was complaining yesterday, so I hope he's gonna be fine. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna shout also to all 150 plus of you guys out there who are watching Blitzbang, as well as some of the others who are tuning in over time. I have recognized you guys, and I'm hoping that you guys will stay with us for tomorrow's cast as well. Do note a little bit of extra value is gonna happen tomorrow, starting from 4 p.m. We are gonna have a little bit of a night stream, and that's gonna be an interesting schedule. So I hope that you guys will follow us as well, all the way from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's gonna be a little bit of a caster versus community kind of a situation. We will also play with the community a various amount of games. We'll play Warcraft 3, custom maps. We'll play a little bit of Reef War. We'll do TMMs and rage at you guys like what we normally do. But yeah, that's it. Also, we'll have HoNTourSEA tomorrow as well. That's gonna be 9 p.m. sharp, same time and same channel. So this is Babael with me is Lark. Hope you guys enjoy our cast today, and stay cool and classy wherever you are, and have a great time. I hope you enjoy Sunday. If it's over, too bad. Get back to work tomorrow. Goodbye.
Yeah, see you guys. 안녕하세요.